In the second episode of her new podcast, Are You a Charlotte?, Kristin Davis shared an intriguing story about being ghosted by an actor who is now very successful. This occurred after he borrowed money from her and has yet to repay it. Davis, known for her role as Charlotte York, recounted the experience to her fellow Sex and the City alum Sarah Winter on the January 20 episode. She reflected on how the term ghosting wasn't around during the original filming of Sex and the City. "A long time ago, I was ghosted," Davis began. "I don't know exactly when, but I think it was when cell phones were around. I once dated an out-of-work actor before Sex and the City. He's now very successful and talented. At the time, I had money because I had been working," she explained. Davis continued, "I was at his house and saw all these notices about his electricity being turned off because he couldn't pay his bills." She mentioned that he might have also wrecked his motorcycle, which was his only means of transportation then. Feeling sympathetic, Davis offered to lend him money. "Horrible mistake," she said. "Anyone listening, do not lend money to someone you're dating. It doesn't end well. It really irked me." She ended up lending him $5,000 and it changed the dynamic in a horrible way, Davis noted. "It was a casual relationship, and I probably should have known better, but I felt like I could help this talented guy," she admitted. After lending him the money, he stopped calling her. Davis recalled going to his apartment and banging on the door while his dog barked inside. Her boyfriend was nowhere to be found until later that day. "Later on, he called me and asked if I'd come to his house and banged on his door. I felt so embarrassed and messy," Davis confessed. She reminded him about the money she lent and how she hadn't heard from him since. Despite his success, she wished for some acknowledgement. Winter suggested they should confront him now, years later. "Where does he live?" she asked. "Let's go." However, Davis revealed that her ex now lives in the countryside with his wife and kids, so she's no longer motivated to confront him. "You live and you learn," Winter concluded, while Davis cheekily admitted that this wasn't the last time she lent someone money. Davis's conversation with Winter followed her podcast debut episode on January 13, where she talked about auditioning for the role of Carrie Bradshaw and became emotional re-watching Willie Garson, who played Stanford Blatch and passed away in 2021. In the first season of Sex and the City.